Morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Wednesday morning shortly after 7 a.m. A cold front sweeping through the area this morning. It's basically situated right about here this morning. I could even draw it in here this morning. It's right in here. And it's been pushing southeastward. It's clearing out or scouring out some of the fog and drizzle we dealt with earlier in the night. So we're seeing some of that, and then there's clearing skies just behind it as well. So the skies have cleared up in the Tri-Cities area this morning. Now I think those clouds might linger in the southeast, but this is a little too far north and west here. So I think it'll stay pretty sunny in here much of the day. More clouds though up to here in the west and northwest will start to spread eastward across the area this afternoon. And in fact, there may be some light rain this afternoon in western parts of the area. So let's back this up a little bit. It'll take you to noon. No moisture, but then it starts to move in out west later in the day. This moisture will spread east across the area overnight tonight, bringing a decent shot, at least of a few showers out there. Not expecting severe weather around the area, but we might get some lightning and thunder. And that includes for those areas that get snow tonight, farther north. So rain across the south, isolated thunderstorms across the northern half of the area, mainly I-80 and northward. If there is any rain, it would change to snow, and there is the chance of accumulating snowfall. Like I said, thunder snow, and sometimes when you get thunder snow, that's a good indication you're going to get some heavier snow. So we are likely to see some accumulating snow up north overnight through very early tomorrow. Should be done by sunrise tomorrow. There's just a little bit lingering there, but that'll clear out. Now these clouds tomorrow though are going to be very stubborn. So we will not see much sun until later in the day when the sun starts to come out, maybe trying to salvage the latter portions of your Thursday and trying to warm it just a little bit. But it is going to be a cooler day tomorrow with the extra clouds around most of the day. Continuing to try to clear up the skies tomorrow evening, but then more clouds come in from the south later in the night. And we even start to see some moisture in the edges kind of outside of our area here. That will lift in more towards the end of the day Friday and Friday night, lifting to the north. So, snowfall tonight. Let's look at this here. Now, forecast models have been very aggressive with the snow tonight. In fact, this new model that just came out recently is pushing out more snow than I was expecting. I was kind of thinking 1 to 3 inches of snow. There is certainly potential we could see a little more than that. I'm going to go into my editor mode, so you're going to see my camera go away here for a little bit. But I want to show you some of the other forecast models that we have here. So the one I have up is it's called the GFS Ensemble model. The just plain old GFS model, the latest run of that has been very aggressive. I'm going to turn that one on. Look at this. This one has 6+ inches of snow up north. Now, I'm not ruling out 4 or 5. 6 might be a little excessive, though. Here's the European model. That's a little farther south, and it has that higher amount around the Ord area. So it's a little farther south. I'm a little iffy on it being that far south. It has been the last 2 or 3 days. That European model has trended a little farther south. Here's the Canadian model. That one is really heavy, and it's, again, farther south as well. I'm a little iffy. I don't usually trust the Canadian model too much. The North American model is way north and doesn't have much for our area. I'm thinking that's too far north. The HRRR model, I would agree with this one, 1 to 3 inches. And then our in-house model's right in here, and it's 1 to 3, maybe 4 inches of snowfall. It's a little farther south than the one I was showing you that I kind of was going with. So I'm kind of leaning towards this one here for now. But just keep in mind that those areas, I'm going to close out of this real quick and bring my camera back up, but those areas farther south, places like Broken Bow, North Platte, Ord, Albion, may overperform. There is certainly a chance of getting higher amounts than expected in here if this drifts at all to the south. So keep that in mind if you live in those locations. We will not likely see it drift this far south to the Tri-Cities area, though. Now, we do have a winter weather advisory in place for our northern tier counties. This includes Holt, Boyd, Kippaha, Rock, and Brown County in the local 4 viewing area. That's these 5 counties right here. And then to the west of that, Cherry and Sheridan County. Starts at 7 o'clock tonight Mountain Time. That's 8 p.m. Central Time. And continues until tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So that's like these areas here. So that's 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time in here. Now, again, I would not be surprised if a few more counties need to be added, especially these ones right here. Maybe here too as well. The Omaha National Weather Service might have to put a few counties into an advisory. We'll see if Hastings needs to put anything out for Greeley and Valley County, or if North Platte needs to put something out for the northern half of Custer County. We'll see. But there is that chance it could be a little farther south than expected. Well, let's go on to temperatures for today, which are going to stay chilly up north, only in the 30s. The rest of us, mid to upper 40s and lower 50s for afternoon high temperatures. And actually, I want to back up real quick. Notice the cooler temperatures off to the southeast. That's because of those clouds maybe being a little bit thicker today right in here, so it could be a little cooler here as well. Tonight we'll drop back into the 20s and lower 30s for overnight lows. A bit of a chilly night, but most of us falling to near or below freezing, which is why if there's any moisture that lasts after midnight, it could change over to some snow. There's even a small chance of some freezing rain, but most places won't see that. Tomorrow's temperatures look to be on the cool side. The stubborn clouds are going to hold us down. Highs in the 40s, maybe some low 50s in southwest Nebraska. Up north, struggling to get to 40. Tomorrow night, once again, mid to upper 20s, lower 30s for lows. And then looking towards our Friday, we do start to warm back up a little bit, back into the low and mid 50s, maybe upper 40s in a few spots out there. The thicker clouds are actually going to be down to the south, so notice it's a little cooler right in here, as clouds will then be lifting north towards our area on Friday, late Friday into Friday night as moisture returns. So let's check out the 7-day forecast first for the next 3 days. There's the moisture tonight, about a 40 to 50% chance of rain, maybe a few flakes mixed in. Not expecting accumulating snow for the Tri-Cities. Friday night's our next chance, maybe as early as Friday afternoon in southern areas, but I'll go with Friday evening in the Tri-Cities. Some light rain lasting into very early Saturday. Most of your Saturday now looks dry, but then Saturday night into Sunday, more moisture moving in. But these are very small chances. They're very hit or miss. We're not looking at widespread heavy moisture or anything like that. But as it gets colder, especially at night or early in the morning, some snow will mix in. Minor accumulating snow here in this time frame here. I don't think we'll see a whole lot with it, though. And then temperatures start to recover on Tuesday just a little bit. It looks like we'll get a little warmer from there on as we look towards the next 10 days. Maybe a little bit better towards next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Back a little bit above average as we wrap up the March season, the month of March, I should say there. Let's look at the long-range outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. First off, with temperatures, they're kind of trending to near or slightly below average. That's expected, and that's for next week, by the way, the last part of March into early April. So that's kind of that latter portion of that 10-day forecast there. So we're kind of average to slightly below average. Moisture chances are pretty much average. We're probably not looking at a ton of moisture ahead of us here. Let's look at just the next several days here. This is the European model. As we look ahead, there's tonight's moisture. Again, I mentioned that European model being farther south. I think that's a little too far south in my opinion. Moves out tomorrow morning. And then heading into the weekend, here goes Friday, the moisture down in Kansas, moving towards us Friday afternoon into Friday night. Mostly light rain, not a lot. And then more Saturday night into Sunday. Light rain, some snow, especially to the northwest, but again, not a lot of moisture. And then even more into Friday night and Saturday. But again, we're not talking about a lot of moisture. Maybe a little bit of accumulating snow there Monday, we'll see. And then that clears on out Tuesday. All right, now to the GFS model. There's tonight's moisture. I think that's a little more appropriate. A little heavy up north, maybe, we'll see. But it's more of a proper spot. I think it's going to be mostly northern Nebraska with that snow accumulation there. And then tomorrow clears out. Friday we see rain down in Kansas start to approach. So by Friday night, the Tri-Cities starting to get on some of that rain. Mainly light rain, maybe a little snow out west. Not much, though. It's going to be pretty light into Saturday morning. More moisture Saturday night. Some snow possible to the northwest and up north, but most of us will not see much. Sunday into Sunday night, Monday, more small chances of rain or snow. This model even lingers into Tuesday. We'll see. It's a little delayed, but I don't think I can't rule out maybe Tuesday still seeing some moisture. We'll see. That's a long ways out yet. Temperature trends here, again, a little cooler these next few days. Warming up a little bit on Friday there, not much, Saturday. And then getting a little chillier Sunday and Monday. And then as we get later in the next week, it starts to warm back up just a little bit at least here. Maybe a cool down coming in just towards the very end of next week. We'll see. That's a long ways out yet, though. So yeah, there's a lot I discussed there, but the general trend is mostly near to slightly below average temperatures over the next 7 days, and these off and on chances of moisture. Probably the best chance for many of us will come overnight tonight. And again, watch that snow tonight in northern portions of Nebraska. That could cause some travel difficulties later tonight into tomorrow morning if you live in the northern, say, third of the area. I would draw a line from around Broken Bow to Ord to Albion. Go north of there or to that area there. That's where we'll start talking about some travel difficulties overnight tonight into tomorrow. So I want to thank you all for watching on this Wednesday morning. I'll see you all again on Thursday with all the latest, and we'll be talking about how much snow did we get. We'll talk about that for your Thursday morning. But until then, enjoy your Wednesday. Take care, and God bless. Bye.